Greetings, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to my new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast series. We have been overwhelmed with the responses that people have shared from listening to these messages on my SiriusXM show over the years. Those listeners, and they're sharing my show with their network, telling people about it, telling their family members, their friends, and their coworkers about this show and the impact it's having on their lives. That's the main reason that this show is now #1 for self-help in America, and I'm very grateful. Yet, we realize that many people do not have satellite radio and therefore could not experience for themselves the message. They could not get it for themselves. So we are now sharing these messages with everyone via this new podcast. Enjoy it and share it with your network. And let's help even more people to do more, be more, and achieve more. Tell everybody so that they can live a Wealthy Ways life as well. Welcome to the new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. And remember, your best is yet to come.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Come on. Come on.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on while you're steady going nowhere? Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My mind.
Get it on, get it on, get it on, get it on. This is Willie Jolley coming to you from Washington, D.C., and I'm excited about another opportunity to share some ideas with you to help you grow and go to the next level. I'm grateful for another opportunity to be on the air with you across America from coast to coast, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the border of the Canadian border to the Mexican border, and to all of the surrounding areas across this great country of ours. I am so grateful to be on the air with you, and I hope you will be ready today to grow and go to the next level. Well, you know, I take a moment before I get started on every show and just take a moment to say thank God for life. I give God glory for life, not just for the radio and the television and the books and the tapes and the speaking and all the things He's blessed me with, but for life, because God's gift to us is life. Our gift to God is what we do with our lives. And I encourage you to do incredible things with your life. I encourage you to max out. I mean, in fact, I encourage you to play above your potential. You know, people say work up to your potential, but I believe that if you are inspired and empowered and encouraged and you start making a decision, you can play above your head on a ongoing basis. And you know what I do is I bring the best and the brightest thinkers in the world to you. That's my thought is how can I help my audiences to grow? All the people, and I want to thank all of you who've been sending me emails and notes and letters, who stop me in airports, who stop me in speeches. I listen every week. I am so grateful for all of you who are making this a part of your weekly routine, and, you know, just set it in your schedule. Well, as always, I've got another great one for you. I've got one of the great thinkers in America who I am honored to call a contemporary and a peer. He came to the National Speakers Association and spoke for our folks. And let me tell you, when he spoke, it was fantastic. And I said, I'm going to develop a friendship with that gentleman. And I just reached out to him and said, hey, I want to have you on the show. And he said he would be excited to do it, and he made it happen. So let me tell you about him. He is called the coach's coach. That's simply it. He's called the coach's coach. He's a world authority in helping successful leaders to even get better by achieving positive, lasting change in behavior for themselves, for their people, for their teams. He had a book called Mojo that has hit all the bestsellers list. And he has a new book called What Got You Here Won't Get You There. He is one of the great thinkers in America, one of the top coaches. Leadership Excellence has given him the top 5 thinkers on leadership, and he is one of the top CEO coaches in America, the one and only Marshall Goldsmith. Marshall, are you there, friend?
I'm here. Thank you for inviting me.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you on and to have you as part of the show. Well, I gave them the kind of thumbnail sketch of who Marshall Goldsmith is. Why don't you kind of fill in some of the blanks, who Marshall Goldsmith is, where he came from, and his background a little bit?
Well, I'm from Valley Station, Kentucky. I went to school at Indiana. I got a PhD at UCLA. I was a college professor, and I was a dean when I was young. And for about 34 years, I do 3 things. I teach classes for business people or give talks. That's what I love doing the most. Then I coach executives, which is what I'm most famous for, and that's where I learn everything. And my clients are CEOs or could be CEOs of big companies. And then I write and edit books and articles. So I've done a whole bunch of books and articles, and that's what I do. I've got a great job. Travel around. The only hard part of my job is on American Airlines alone, like the man in the movie. I have over 10 million frequent flyer miles. I'm a mega flyer.
They're going to put your name on one of those planes soon.
I'm a mega flyer.
Well, you are just a guy who I was so impressed to, just a guy who is making it happen. Your books, I mean to tell you, folks, you go to his website. I started down his book list, and it's Learn Like a Leader. What Got You Here Won't Get You There. Mojo, how to get it, how to keep it, how to get it back when you need it. A Mojo for tweeting. That was a great idea. Best practices in talent management. I mean, just one after another. It just keeps scrolling. And then you got some books that you also share about with Peter Drucker, who we know is a great management and great guru on thinking. So we're glad to have you make time. I know you're traveling, but I'm glad you were able to schedule this in.
Happy to talk to you.
Let's first talk about what stops leaders from being the best leaders they can and what stops organizations. And I love the idea. I want to talk a little bit about Mojo, then we're going to talk about the new book. Tell me a little bit about the whole concept of Mojo idea.
Well, Mojo is that positive spirit toward what you're doing now that starts from the inside and radiates to the outside. And I thought about this when I was flying on the airplane. You got 2 flight attendants. One's positive, motivated, upbeat, enthusiastic, and one's negative, bitter, angry, and cynical. Well, they got the same plane, same company, same boss, same pay, same everything. What's the difference? The difference is not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside.
And radiates on the outside. That's absolutely right. Well, what is it that people...
I give you high Mojo scores.
Thank you.
You're a man with high Mojo. You've got a positive spirit toward what you're doing that starts on the inside and comes through to the outside.
Absolutely. And I'm grateful. And I think gratitude is a big part of that, isn't it?
Gratitude is a huge part of it. And, I think both you and I are blessed to do what you love.
That's right.
Yeah, and I try to teach this to young people now because the reality is many young people are going to have to work real hard in the new world. They're going to have to work very, very hard, and it's not going to be easy out there. And you know what? If you love what you do, you don't mind working.
That's absolutely true.
I know my retirement date. Dead.
Amen. Folks, I hope y'all got that because y'all have heard me say before, I have no plans to ever retire. And I don't see it as a biblical concept. I don't see it as a concept that is necessary. It's something that our culture has created. But if you love what you do, why do you stop? Why would you ever stop?
What am I going to do? Play bad golf with old men at the country club eating chicken salad sandwiches, talking about gallbladder surgery and who I used to be.
That's absolutely...
Doesn't sound like fun to me.
Doesn't sound like fun to me. I like that. Your retirement...
I got a question. Are you single or married?
I am married.
I'm going to help both of us. I'm married too. Neither of our wives love us 24/7.
You're right. Say that again.
Neither of our wives want us around all day.
That's right. They want a little break.
A little break is good.
So they want us to go to work and go get things done. Well, you created this whole mojo and this whole concept of helping people, and particularly CEOs, but also businesses. You were fantastic at the Speakers Association, and you helped us speakers to start thinking of our businesses differently. And you helped us to start to grow our concepts. And some of the things you talk about in the book are so profound, how you have helped people. I love even starting with the quote in the beginning, happy are they who can hear their detractions and put them to mending, by Shakespeare. I mean, what got you here won't get you there. What do you mean by that, Marshall?
Well, the same beliefs that help us become successful at one level may not take us to the next level. And there's a trap called the superstition trap. I'm sure I've done it, and you've done it, and it's, I behave this way, I am successful, therefore I must be successful because I behave this way. You know what? We all behave the way we behave, and we're all successful because we do many things right, and usually in spite of doing some things that are not so right. And it's good to be open to know that what's on my because of list and what's on my in spite of list. And I've never met anyone so good that we didn't have something on the in spite of list.
Because of list and in spite of list. Wow. We're successful because of certain things, and we have some in spite of. And I believe it was powerful how you said in the book how it's easy to learn the things that will help you become more successful. It's hard to stop doing the things that deter you from success.
It is hard because these habits are deep. And if you read my book, you're going to read funny story after funny story after funny story. It's tempting to read that book and think, what a bunch of idiots. Well, how can these people be so dumb? Well, these idiots have IQs of 150, and they're CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies. So I'll tell you one thing. Everything I talk about in that book, it's easy to understand. It's hard to do. And go on a diet and work out every day, that's easy to understand. It's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
When that book was the number one best-selling business book in the United States, number one best-selling diet book sold 10 times as many copies. Americans get fatter and fatter and fatter and buy more and more diet books. Buying diet books would make you thin. Americans would be the thinnest people in the history of the world. Nobody loses weight because you buy a diet book. You can go on a diet.
Got to do the work.
Now, I made one mistake with that book, the title.
What's that?
I like the title. What got you here won't get you there. You know what I should have called it?
Wait, what?
What got you here won't get you there. Diet. Then I would have really sold a bunch of copies.
Hang on, Marshall. We'll be right back, folks. I'm telling y'all, get ready. Get your pens and pencils out. Marshall's going to help you to change your thinking so you can change your life, so you can change your future. This is Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Show across America, and the best is yet to come.
It's about being committed and consistent. You can call on me when you need me. Call me. You can call on me. Call me. You can call on me. Pick up the phone. You can call me.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and if you're enjoying this information you're hearing on this podcast, I want to invite you to get even more great information on my new free gift page on my website. Go to wjspeaks.com and hit the All Access badge. On that page, you will find information and resources specifically designed to help you to have greater success. Free ebooks, music, all sorts of interesting and informational interviews for my XM show. I'm telling you, this is a great page. And why do I do it? Because I've learned that the more we give, the more we get. And the more we help other people to grow and go to the next level, the more we receive in our business. So we want to help you. Tell your friends about it. Go to Facebook and get my information. Go to my website, get my free resources, and get on wjspeaks.com and hit that All Access badge. It looks like a backstage pass. Click it. You'll get behind the scenes information to the special page to help you grow. All we want in return, all we ask is that you pass it on, because the more you give, the more you get. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
Gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Walk by faith. Talk by faith, move by faith, and live by faith. You gotta have faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woke up one morning, didn't know what to do. Had so much pressure on me. I cried, oh Lord, please help me through. He said, open the word and just read. I opened and found it was clear as can be that all things are possible if you believe. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, there is nothing, no nothing you cannot achieve. No, it's by your faith. As you believe in you will receive. Oh, it's by your faith. The measure you give, the measure you live in, the measure you get, yeah. I tried him and I found it was true. There's nothing that God cannot do. If you will trust him and simply believe, he will supply every one of your needs. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can speak to the mountain, it will be cast in the sea. Yeah.
It's by your faith. You gotta believe. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in your future. You gotta believe in your faith that it will not just be something that you wear, but something that empowers you, encourages, inspires you. Look, folks, you can, if you think you can, if you believe you can start to have greater success. You've got to change your thinking if you want to change the results. So you got to do some things differently and do some different things. Well, you're listening to Willie Jolley, and I'm a excited man today because I got you listening and I got my friend Marshall Goldsmith as my guest. And for those who always wonder about the music, it is taken from my Money Making Music and Motivation CD. You can get it at my website or at iTunes, and very grateful for that being one of the top selling motivational music programs on iTunes. I am excited because Marshall Goldsmith, for those who are just joining us, Marshall Goldsmith is one of America's great thinkers and coaches, and he is a man who helps people and helps organizations to get better and helps them to grow their thinking and their processes for success. And I believe whether you got a big organization or a little organization, you got to think differently and grow you. And you, whoever you are who's listening, wherever you are right now, whether it's Daryl Green, who's my producer, or whether it's people in Philadelphia who have a small company, you are the CEO of your own company. You're the CEO of YOU Incorporated. And therefore, if you want that company, that brand, that personality, that organization, even if it's one person or a couple people, to grow, you as the CEO have to grow. So Marshall Goldsmith helps CEOs help their companies to grow. And so I'm glad he said, Marshall, going with that, what do you tell CEOs about growing themselves so they can grow their organization? What are some of the tips and techniques?
Well, the first thing everybody I work with has to do is to get confidential feedback from everyone around them. So they find out, they say they believe in X, but what are they doing every day? Then they learn what they're seen as doing well and what they need to change. They pick important behavior to improve. Then they apologize for their sins. They talk to people about what they want to change on a regular basis, and they say, I got this feedback. I feel good about this and this. Here's what I want to do better. Give me ideas to help me in the future. I teach them this process called feed forward, where you ask for ideas for the future more than feedback about the past. Because, we can't change the past anyway. Have you ever been impressed with your wife, husband, or partner's near photographic memory of your previous sins? Which have been documented and will be shared with you on a regular basis.
Photographic memory of the stuff I messed up on. Feed forward. Where do you want to go? What can I do to get better? Where should we be thinking? Is that correct?
Exactly right. Not where have I been, but where am I going? And, you get better by focusing on the future, not focusing on the past. You can't change the past. And I teach people, ask for ongoing ideas. Say they want to be a better listener. Give me ideas to help me listen better. Or you want to be a better parent. Ask your kids, hey, I can't change the past, but in the future, how can I be a better parent? It's a great idea. And, to listen, and then they follow up. In my coaching, I don't get paid if my clients don't get better. Better's not judged by me or them. It's judged by everyone around them.
For the results, then.
That's it. I get paid for results.
We need to be paid for results. And I think, folks, if you hear that, that's a very important point, that we as entrepreneurs, small business people who are not linear thinkers, as we've been talking about recently, where you trading dollars from time, but more are nonlinear, where you're sharing a leverage point by giving some information, solving a problem, that we get paid because we got a result. And when you get that result, you get paid more. The bigger the problem, the bigger the rewards. And so you tell those CEOs they've got to be willing to listen and open up and grow and also stop doing some things. Isn't that a big part of it?
Well, I was interviewed in the Wall Street Journal and asked a question. What is the number one biggest problem with the people you work with? And these entrepreneurs listening to you, I'm sure most of them have this problem. You know what it's called?
What is that?
Winning too much. It's important we want to win. Meaningful win. Critical win. Trivial win. Not worth it? Win anyway. Winners just love winning. I'm going to give you a case study that 75% of my clients fail. I'm going to make a prediction. Even you have failed this case study. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You want to go to dinner at restaurant X. Your wife, husband, or partner wants to go to dinner at restaurant Y. Have a heated argument. You go to restaurant Y. Not your choice. Food tastes awful. Service is terrible. Option A, you could critique the food. Point out your wife was wrong. This mistake could have been avoided if only she'd listened to me. Option B, shut up. Eat this stupid food. Try to enjoy it and have a nice evening. What would I do? What should I do? 75% of my clients, what would I do? Critique the food. What should I do? Shut up. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever critiqued the food before?
Yes, indeed.
Was that smart or stupid?
Stupid.
That was incredibly dumb. As dumb as it was, it was dumb. I'm going to give you an example now that's even dumber. Are you ready?
Yep.
You have a hard day at work, a hard day. You
Yep.
go home, your wife, husband, or partner is there, and the other person says, I had such a hard day today. I had such a tough day. We say, you had a hard day. You had a hard day. Do you have any idea what I had to put up with? We're so competitive, we have to prove we're more miserable than the people we live with.
You're absolutely right. And in my speeches, I say to people, there's always somebody, if you say I'm sick, they say I'm sicker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got to prove you're more miserable than you are. I gave this example at Dartmouth. The man in back raised his hand. He said, I did that last week. I said, what happened? He said, my wife looked at me. She said, honey, you just think you had a hard day. It's not over.
Oh, I love it. So you help people to get past these things that they got to stop looking at just, I got to win even if I lose in the winning. It's like in a marriage. We did a marriage seminar last weekend, and we say, do you want to have a peaceful life, or do you want to win?
Yeah.
It's a decision. That's a decision.
Well, it's funny. Another thing that a lot of my clients work on is being stubborn. One night I had the privilege of having dinner with General Eric Shinseki. Now, he's a great man. He's a man that had 4 stars. He's got shot twice. He stood up to Donald Rumsfeld and said the Iraq War would take a lot of troops and cost money, and got crucified for telling the truth. Well, now he's the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. He's just a great man. Well, I said to him, we're having dinner one night, and there's a bunch of 2 to 4 star generals. He said, Marshall, who's your favorite customer? I said, sir, my favorite customer is smart, dedicated, hardworking, driven to achieve, creative, entrepreneurial, cares about the company, cares about the customers, great values, high integrity, and is a stubborn, opinionated know-it-all that never wants to be wrong. I said, sir, do you think any of the generals in this very room may fit that description? He looked at me and goes, Marshall, we got a target-rich opportunity.
That's exactly what it is.
Target-rich.
Target-rich.
I bet even you, are you a little stubborn sometimes?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit.
Just a wee bit stubborn sometimes. You're absolutely right.
A little bit. Not too much, just a tad.
Yep. We are stubborn a little bit, and sometimes not realizing that the opportunities are all around us and that there are possibilities that are all around us.
That's right. It's good to listen to what people are trying to tell us.
That's right. So you help companies get past that thinking.
I do. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you believe in these big companies that employees should be encouraged to express their opinion, yes or no?
Yes.
Should they tell the truth?
Yes.
And companies, should they encourage this goodness?
Yes.
And shooting the messenger, punishing those people who try to tell the truth, that'd be bad, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Terrible thing.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to give you an example about messenger punishing. Let's see how you did. Are you ready?
Okay.
You're in the car.
Yep.
lots of traffic.
Yes.
People are honking their horns.
Yes.
Somebody cuts in front of you. You drive a little further. You're under a little pressure. That person on the front seat goes, "Look out, there's a red light ahead." Did you say thank you? Or did you say, "What do you mean there's a red light? Don't you think I can see? I know how to drive the car. Why don't you be quiet and let me drive?" Have you ever chosen Plan B before?
I have.
And was that smart or stupid?
That was stupid.
That was also stupid. Now, I thought you said, what was the cost of that person saying, "Hey, there's a red light ahead"?
It was no cost.
What could that have saved?
That would save. She didn't charge me, but it could save me thousands of dollars.
And life.
And life, that's right.
Your life, her life, and lives of other innocent people.
That's right.
Next time you're driving along and your wife corrects your driving, you know what you're going to say?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hold on to that thought, Marshall. Folks, you're listening to Willie Jolley with my friend Marshall Goldsmith. We want to help you grow, so stay tuned. We got more to come. This is the Willie Jolley Show for sure, for sure, for sure. The best is yet to come.
Afraid of flying, I always kept my dreams on the ground. Life had enough ups and downs, but Lord, since I met you, all that's changed in the blink of an eye.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for years I've told people that in order to have a greater life, it starts by having greater individual days. If you have a great day and you repeat that great day 7 times, you've had a great week. And you repeat that week 4 times, you've had a greater month. And then repeat that month 12 times, you've had a greater year, and you're on your way to a greater life. And it starts with that individual day. I recommend you start each day with something powerful. I call it the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Rather than starting your day with bad news, how many people got killed, or how many children got snatched, or how many fires there were, I recommend you start your day with something to inspire and empower and encourage you to make this day a great day. We're excited to announce the start of Jolly TV on my Facebook page. Go to Willie Jolley, Willie.Jolley on Facebook. Just go to Willie.Jolley on Facebook and get ready for a great day and a great life. Have a great day on purpose.
Yourself what the future holds for you. Headline news got you scared. Like everyone else, you want peace and happiness. But is there any chance of finding it out there? How can you forget the one sure thing in all this confusion? What you desire is already guaranteed. Promised by our Maker to all who believe. Ooh, take you as far as you wanna go. Where you wanna go? Put your heart in it. Put your heart in it. It shows it's time to let it show. It's time to let it show. Heard it all before.
Oh, you've heard it before.
It
seems impossible.
All the world's gone completely mad. But you don't walk alone. When the master's in your home, he's sure to defend against anything that's bad.
You gotta have a belief system.
And there will be those doubters telling you you're chasing an illusion. Oh, but you know
the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Shine as bright
Yes.
as a star for the whole
Yes.
world to see.
The sky is the limit. Faith can take you as far as you want to be. Thank you, Daryl, for playing that. I love that song. Taken from my Money Making Music and Motivation CD. I want you to go get a copy of that at my website. Go in my website as well and sign on for my newsletter. We've been doing a whole program on helping you to grow through a strategic and a strategic process this year. And everybody who gets on the website and gets on the newsletter, we'll be sending them points of power to keep them going and keep them growing. So let's get you on that and get you going on that. Go to the website, williejolly.com. Sign on for that. As well as for those in the Washington area, every morning on the CBS affiliate, WUSA 9, you can check out my Live Better with Willie Jolley segment at 6:39. Or you can hear me on WHUR FM right before the Steve Harvey Show at 5:50. And if you're in South Carolina, you can hear me in Columbia on WLTX Channel 19 and see me every morning at 5:25 and 6:45 with the Live Better segments. And more markets are coming to your area soon, so keep your eyes open. Marshall Goldsmith is on, but Marshall, where can people get your books? I want to make sure we talk about that before we get too far. Where do they get your books, your materials, your stuff?
Place Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or major bookstores. Amazon's probably the easiest, or Barnes & Noble. You
Okay.
can just order them online.
And you got free resources on your website as well, don't you?
Tons. My website's called MarshallGoldsmithLibrary.com. Marshall has 2 L's. Marshall Goldsmith Library. I give away all my articles, videos, audios, all free. People can copy, share, download, duplicate, use any way you want to in church, charity, nonprofit, any way you want to use it.
Hey, let me ask you a question, because this is, people ask, why do you do that?
Well, you know what? Life is short.
Yes.
And, I don't know if you know this, but my research has kind of proven we're all going to be equally dead anyway. Might as well do a little good here.
That's right. I love that. What I found with the people I interview and people like yourself, they have a different mindset. Don't have a mindset of I've got to have it all. It's enough of that. It's what we call an abundance mindset, where there's more than enough for everyone. Let me give you something that will help you, because I understand the principle. Just like if you throw an apple up, it'll always come down. The more you give, the more you'll get, and the more stuff starts to happen in your life, the more blessings come your way, the more good things come your way, because you are of the mindset that there's abundance in the universe. Am I right about it?
I completely agree. Let me tell you, as a high school kid, my high school was the poorest high school in the county. And I was in charge of what's called the March of Dimes bread drive. And what you're supposed to do is knock on the door and ask people for a donation. If they give a donation, they give them these bread, give them a loaf of bread. Well, we should have come in last place, but we came in first place by 20%. Because you know what? I told my team, don't do that. You knock on the door and you give people the bread. If they're too poor to pay for the bread, they're going to throw it away anyway at the end of the day. Let them keep it. And, by the way, you just give them the bread, and then if they want to give you money, say, great, thank you for the money. And if they don't want to give you money, just say, fine, keep the bread. And, it's amazing how much better we did than all the other teams. Because, you don't bribe people with a loaf of bread. And I think if you give good people stuff, they try to give you stuff back.
That's right. I think you're absolutely right. If you give good people stuff, they will try and be good back to you. That's absolutely right. Well, in the book, you have these 20 habits, and I think these are profound. We've talked to kind of touch bases on a couple of them. Number 1 was winning too much. Number 2 is adding too much value. But number 3, I want to go from number 3, that passing judgment. I want to kind of start there. Tell me a little bit about that. 4
words to be a better coach. Help more and judge less. Before we speak, breathe. Just breathe. And ask, is my judgmental comment going to improve my relationship with this human being? And if the answer is no, then breathe and ask yourself another question. Is this little judgmental comment worth saying? And you know what, most of the time, it's not worth saying.
Not worth saying, because it says making destructive comments is right next. That's the people who say things. Next one is starting with no, but, however. Oh, that one is, when I read that, I said, absolutely.
Let's talk about that one.
Yes.
This is great for stubborn people. My clients, I find them $20 every time they start a sentence with no but or however. So one of my clients is stubborn, and he says, but Marshall, I said, that's free. If I ever talk to you again, you start a sentence with no but, however, I'm going to fine you $20. He said, but Marshall, 20. No, 40. No. 60, 80, 100. He lost $420 in an hour and a half. At the end of an hour and a half, you know what he said to me? Thank you. He said, I had no idea. I did that 21 times with you throwing it in my face. How many times would I have done it had you not been throwing it in my face? 50 times, 100? No wonder people think I'm stubborn. This guy got so much better learning that one simple technique.
Folks, I hope y'all got that one. Don't start your sentence with no, but, however, because it's already qualifying. It's a negative qualifier, and it says to everybody, I'm right, you're wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, that's so profound, because how do you really grow if you're not hearing the other information in the room? The old saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
That's right.
Okay, so we've got to start thinking that we want to also learn from the people in the room. They bring something that we might can't get something from. Next, you say a problem is telling the world how smart we are, and then speaking when angry. Talk about that one.
Well, speaking when angry, I'll give you a personal example. Years ago, I was in a little monastery, and the man said, think of a time in your life when you got angry and lost control of your behavior. We're going to look at who was responsible. I came up with a case study involving my daughter, Kelly. Now, I'm proud of my daughter, Kelly. She is a graduate of Duke University, was on the TV show Survivor Africa, the third survivor, worked with Mark Burnett, got a Ph.D. at Yale. Now she's a professor at Northwestern. When she was 14, she did something Daddy wasn't so thrilled with. She was the first girl in her school to acquire a navel ring. Yes, a large, brightly colored navel ring, and you know what? There's no use having a navel ring if nobody can see it. So she got a sleazy little outfit to highlight the navel ring, and fortunately the tattoos turned out to be temporary, but Daddy comes home and sees a navel ring and outfit and tattoos. I reacted with something less than wild enthusiasm. Yelling, screaming, ranting. In my monastery, I thought about this. I thought, what was I thinking? First thought, her walking down the street and somebody saying, what a cheap-looking kid. I wonder who her father is. Second thought, even worse, my own friends. I'm amazed Marshall lets his daughter look that way. Who was I concerned about, her or me? Concerned about me. And, I still could have said get rid of the navel ring, but I didn't have to yell and scream and act like an idiot. When we get angry, it's real good to take a deep breath and look in the mirror and ask a hard question. How much of this problem is out there? And how much is in here? And you know where the problem is when we lose control? It's not out there. It's in here.
That is, folks, because, I say in my book, A Setback Set Up for a Comeback, the anger is the word danger without the D, and the D is for discipline. And you have the discipline to take a time to do some what we call a pattern disconnect, a pattern interrupt, so that you don't speak or act before you've thought about it. So take a walk, count to 10. And Marshall just gave a great analogy of why we should stop, think, then come up with a logical process. I love that, Marshall. How much of the problem is in here and out there?
By the way, one thing, I think what you just said applies very well in speaking. You know where it's even more important? Emails.
Come on.
Don't send emails when you're angry or out of control, because those things last forever.
They last forever, and they'll come back and bite you over and over and over again. That's wise counsel, folks. Folks, you're getting good stuff here today on how to not just build your business, but build your life. Stay tuned, though. We've got another segment with my friend Marshall Goldsmith. You're listening to the Willie Jolley Show across America, and for sure, the best is yet to come.
You can call on me.
Pick up the phone.
You can call
me.
If you cannot depend on them when you're in need, then you need a friend who
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went, and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friend said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come.
Midnight Phoenix rises from the ashes of the past, shimmering in the darkness. It spreads its wings at last. Golden sun illuminates grassy plains below, and crimson blossoms bloom again where nothing used to grow. Small steps taken on a mighty long road. Small steps taken on a mighty long road. Small steps taken on a mighty long road.
Small steps taken on a mighty long road from the movie and the stage play Skiggy. And I'm grateful that they allowed me to reproduce and produce that version and place it on my CD. I'm grateful for that. So to all the folks from Skiggy, thank you very much. I got my friend Marshall Goldsmith, the respected and dynamic CEO management guru, and he has just been burning them up with books, best-selling books. Let's talk about them for a minute. What got you here?
Won't get you there.
Won't get you there. And then you got Mojo, and you've got, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. Now, you must be writing all the time. You must be thinking all the time. This is some good stuff.
Well, thank you very much. And, as you know, writing's not easy.
No, it's not.
And my two favorite books are the two, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, and Mojo. And you know what? I had a lot of help with those books. I had a professional writer to help me with those two books.
Smart.
And it was really good, yeah, because that way I could just speak into a mic.
Right.
And then I would speak, and then he'd write, and then I'd speak, and he'd write back and forth, and then I'd edit. And, the quality is much better.
That's right. Exactly right. Well,
Here's what's funny. He sounds more like me speaking than I sound like me speaking.
Wow. This is incredible information. Folks, get the book. It's called What Got You Here Won't Get You There, Marshall Goldsmith. And the other book is Mojo. Both of them are New York Times bestsellers, and they'll both help you think differently. I want to continue down these 20 points. We got a few minutes left, and I want to get as much as I can in here. Negativity. Let me explain why that won't work. Oh!
Yeah, let me explain why that won't work, One thing I tell my clients, I got no interest in what you're not going to do. Here's a quarter, so call somebody who cares. Let's focus on what you are going to do. Because we can't change what we're not going to change. What can we change? Let's focus on what we can do. We waste too much time in life talking about what we can't do. Can't do it, you can't do it anyway.
I love that. Withholding information.
Well, I think very important to share with people what they need to be winners and help them succeed, as opposed to using that as a source of power to kind of hold back and make ourselves more important.
And we find people who do that all the time, don't we?
Too much.
Way too much. Failing to give proper recognition.
Well, this is one that hit me when I was on the airplane. I was on the plane, and the plane landing gear didn't work. That's not a good thing. And it was a small plane, and we had to circle run out of gas, so we'd run out of gas. So I guess they figured if we ran out of gas when we landed, I'd just be lightly toasted rather than charbroiled. But anyway, we're circling around. And, you kind of think about life when you're trying to run out of gas on the airplane there.
That's right.
I thought, what did I do wrong? What should I have done different? The one thing that came to me, I didn't thank people enough. I should have thanked more people. After that experience, the plane landed, obviously, and I'm alive. I always try to thank people now.
We had just on last week Ted Leonsis, who owns the Washington Capitals and the Washington Wizards, and was co-founder of AOL. And he had a similar airplane story, and he said it changed his life because he came out with a new perspective. And from there, he decided that he was going to use the rest of his life doing good and helping people. Even as he did well, he did good. And that was two things. And I think you were right on with that, saying thank you to people. Just thanking people for, like, I'm very grateful for my engineer, Daryl Green, who always is Johnny on the spot when I need him to do a session here for one of the great ones. And he's always there. One of the great producers. So thank you, Daryl. All right. So our next one is claiming credit that we don't deserve.
Well, one of the great leaders I've ever coached is a man named Alan Mulally. Alan's the CEO of Ford Motor Company, and I think everybody would agree he's done a pretty spectacular job. He's a great believer in the idea of a leader as a servant, serving others. And one thing he always taught me, he said, every day I go to work, I tell myself, leadership's not about me. Leadership's all about them. And the key is, don't make it all about me, make it all about them. I learned about coaching. It's not all about me, it's all about them.
It is all about them.
My clients, I tell them, I don't get paid because I'm a good coach. I get paid because you're a good client.
Wow.
It's not about me, it's all about you.
Absolutely. And for those who know me, we talk about Alan quite a bit because I have been tabbed or dubbed as one of the speakers who helped Ford in their going to the plants and speaking to folks, and he and I have developed. You're absolutely right. We've developed a friendship over the years where I send him an email and he always responds.
He is amazing.
Amazing.
He is amazing. The same with me. I am shocked.
I'm amazed how quickly he responds and always right on Johnny on the spot. That is a great story.
Let me ask you a question about Alan.
Yes.
I've known him many years. You ever see that guy be down and negative?
Never.
I never saw it. I never saw it. He is always up.
Always incredible guy. And what he did with Ford, just to come in with a new energy to transform the thinking of an organization and just to be such a great leader to say, let's be honest. We have to look at what we call intellectual integrity and say, what is, and the emperor has no clothes. We are messing up, or we can do better, or this is what needs to fix, and it's uncomfortable.
That's right.
I love that. I'll send Alan a copy of this interview so he'll know we both talked about him.
Oh, that'd be great. He'll love it. He'll love it.
All right.
What a great guy.
Great, incredible guy. Okay, making excuses. Making excuses.
Now, I've given feedback I've seen feedback from thousands of people evaluating their bosses. Have I ever seen feedback that said, I think you're a great leader? Because I love the quality of your excuses. Or how about this one? I really thought you were screwing up when you made those excuses. Turned it around for me. I never read that. So, we waste all this time on excuses as if anybody cares.
As if anybody cares. Who really cares?
Nobody cares about our excuses.
How about from clinging to the past?
One thing that we tend to do is we kind of put ourselves in boxes and we say, well, that's just the way it is.
Right.
And as you know, as long as you just say that's the way it is, that's going to be the way it is.
That's absolutely right.
And you got to sit there and say, yeah, this is the way it was. But that doesn't mean that's the way it's going to have to be in the future.
That's absolutely right. You got to be willing to change. And because it happened like that doesn't mean that it has to keep going like that.
I totally agree with you.
Oh, this is fantastic. Folks, I'm telling you, these are powerful tools that help you grow so you can grow your future. The next one is playing favorites.
Well, now this is a good one. Playing favorites is something we can see in everybody else, but we can't see it in ourselves. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you ever own a dog that you loved?
I actually, my wife had a dog when I met her, so I didn't have a dog, but my wife had one. We loved that little dog.
You loved that dog?
Yeah.
Well, typically in a typical house, if they have a dog that they love, who gets the most positive recognition? The husband, the wife, the kids, or the dog?
The dog.
The dog. I ask 1,000 people this question. The dog. Dogs are always a winner.
The dog is always going to win.
Why is the winner the dog? They said, well, dog don't talk back. Dog doesn't talk back. Dog doesn't critique me. Dog doesn't put me down. If I come home late, the dog's still happy to see me. Even if I come home late and drunk, the dog doesn't care. Well, a dog is a suck-up, right? And if we're not careful, we all reinforce people that reinforce us.
That's absolutely right.
And we reinforce people for the wrong thing, not because they're helping our company or our customers. We reinforce people because they're reinforcing us.
That's right. My. Folks, I am so grateful Marshall Goldsmith could find time to be on with us. Again, the book is called What Got You Here Won't Get You There. Marshall, tell them again where they can get it.
Amazon.com, BN.com, or any big bookstores.
All right, and go to your website because we want you to get those resources. He got lots of free stuff he's giving to you, absolutely free. Please tell them where to get that.
www.Marshall, with 2 L's, Goldsmith, Goldsmith, library, all one word, MarshallGoldsmithLibrary.com.
Marshall, you are fantastic. And,
I love talking to you.
Man, it's been a joy, a privilege, and a pleasure. We're going to have you on again sometime in the near future, okay?
I'll be honored anytime.
Thank you, buddy. God bless you. Have a great week and a great month and a great year.
God bless you.
All right, bye-bye. Wow, what a great interview, folks. You've been listening to Marshall Goldsmith, and this is Willie Jolley. Go to the website, williejolly.com. Go to MarshallGoldsmithLibrary.com. Get good stuff from both of us. We want to give it to you because we want you to grow. And we've learned as you give, so shall it be given unto you. Have a great moment today for success by thinking positive and thinking about the possibilities. Stay tuned. We've got more to come. You're listening to the Willie Jolley Show, and for sure, the best is yet to come.
Afraid of flying, I always get my dreams on the ground. Life had enough ups and downs.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.